He's skilled enough, yes, I'm gonna give it to him. He's skilled enough because he's winning. Even if he's fighting guys and your guys don't believe are good enough fighters, they should be able to beat him.
Right.
Right, but they can't.
Right.
So he's beating people who really, he shouldn't really be beaten. We gotta give him that credit. He's beating people that he really should not be beaten.
He's skilled enough. Yes, I'm going to give it to him. He's skilled enough because he's winning. You got even if he's fighting guys that your guys don't believe are good enough fighter, they should be able to beat him. Right. Right. But they can't. Right. So, he's beating people who really he shouldn't really be beaten. We got to give him that credit. He's beating people that he really should not be beating. Jake is big tank. Has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts we saw him. I mean, Lamont Rhodes performed great. Man, this is going to be better than damn Circus Olay. Yeah, it's going to look weird as hell in the ring together, man. You see how big Jake Paul is? 200+ pounds. Man, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Mike Tyson has expressed respect for Jake Paul's abilities, insisting the YouTuber-turned-boxer deserves more credit. Tyson emphasizes that Jake is skilled enough and has qualities often overlooked by critics. He argues that Paul's strengths in the ring are being unfairly dismissed simply because of his unconventional boxing background. In Tyson's view, Jake's competence in the sport warrants recognition regardless of his non-traditional path. Jake Paul, he keeps saying he wants to fight you. Do you want to fight him? That could be very interesting. It could be interesting. I never took it really serious, but yeah, that could be really interesting. Do you think that he is skilled enough to make it, something that you might actually want to do? He's skilled enough. Yes. I'm going to give it to him. He's skilled enough because he's winning. You got even if he's fighting guys your guys don't believe are good enough fighters, they should be able to beat him. Right. Right. But they can't. Right. So he's beating people who really he shouldn't really be beating. We got to give him that credit. He's beating people that he really should not be beating. Jake Paul has once again managed to grab the attention of the sporting world. Not just because of his controversial matchups, but also due to the platform he has chosen to host his fights. Paul emphasized that boxing has been getting more exciting by the day. And with Netflix stepping in as the streaming partner, it signals a new era for the sport. The move is significant because Netflix, one of the largest entertainment platforms globally, has now expanded into combat sports, bringing boxing to a mainstream audience that may never have watched traditional pay-per-view events. Huge news, by the way. It's massive. I know we're taking it very nonchalantly. This is going to be your next super fight. And this is on Netflix. Yeah, Netflix. Insane. It's another Netflix fight. November 14th, Netflix. Hey, it's funny actually you kind of pioneered this a little bit. The pay-per-view model for combat is dying. It seems, especially now with the Paramount's acquisition of UFC, it seems like free fights may be the way of the future. Piracy is such a big problem. That's what it is. That though you did that with one of your fights where you were going against the piracy. What fight was that where so there's there was the TV era of boxing, then there was the pay-per-view era of boxing, and now we're going into the streaming era of boxing. So it's just interesting, things are going to get weird, but shout out to Netflix to believe in it. So at what point can we give a shout out to your mom? This topic is really interesting and really clip-you-worthy. That's why I keep hammering him with questions. Do we move on now or? Yeah, we can move on. I would just say this, Jake. Let me tell you something, bro, okay? And I don't mean to little bro you. But he always does. Hey, can we switch it to younger? Oh my god. Younger bro, yeah, sure. Whatever the __ you want. He is bigger than you. He's actually bigger than you. Not height-wise. Yo, today right now you guys get an argument and it goes down who's winning. I mean, Jake's on edge, bro. I think here's the difference. He's capable of I'm like, really? I'm not sure. I mean, well, okay. Mike Tyson's perspective carries more weight than almost any analyst in the sport given his legendary career and experience with the hardest hitters in boxing history. After sharing the ring with Jake Paul, Tyson openly admitted that Jake's punches had surprising force. Tyson said his whole body was sore after the session. A statement that shocked many who underestimated Paul's physicality. Coming from Tyson, a man who has faced and inflicted devastating knockouts. This was not casual praise. It highlights that Paul's power is real, not manufactured hype. It also validates Paul's dedication to strength training and boxing fundamentals, proving he isn't just a YouTuber dabbling in combat sports, but a serious athlete capable of delivering legitimate damage. I don't know. I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little. Listen, you know what? I remember coming back from the first round and then the next thing I remember Jacob doing some kind of I don't know what was he doing at the ring. Oh, you little bow at the end. He bowed. That's the last thing I remember, you know. But the day after the fight, right after the day after I woke up, I told my wife, why did I do that? You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on. What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there? I don't remember it, but my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore. Mike Perry, known for his raw and unfiltered takes, strongly criticized the idea of Gervonta stepping in against Jake Paul. According to Perry, Tank Davis is not the knockout artist he once was, suggesting that his passion for boxing has dimmed over time. Perry further added that when a fighter loses the pure love for the sport, it becomes extremely difficult to compete against opponents who are naturally bigger, heavier, and more motivated. He emphasized that Davis, despite his skill and speed, would face an uphill battle against Paul, who could enter the ring nearly 180 pounds heavier. That kind of weight discrepancy is not a minor detail. It changes everything about the way punches land, how stamina is tested, and how much punishment a fighter can absorb. Jake is big, Tank, has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw and I just don't know and Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100 pounds. Yeah, true. Final question for me, Canelo Terence Crawford. Who you got in that fight? I think I'm going with the Mexican Power. Trainer Greg Hackett offered a balanced take on the situation, explaining that Gervonta's choice to fight Jake Paul is rooted in financial gain rather than desperation. Hackett stressed that there is no shame in pursuing a big payday, as every fighter seeks opportunities to maximize their career earnings. According to him, Davis taking this fight does not signal the end of his career nor diminish his accomplishments. It simply represents a business decision. Hackett urged fans and critics not to disrespect Tank for this move. Boxing, after all, has always been a sport intertwined with money. And prize fighting has historically revolved around financial rewards as much as legacy. When I first saw the headlines and I saw that they was instead of him fighting Lamont, he'll be fighting Jake, whatever. At first, I was like, damn, Tank, like that's kind of crazy. Like, that's up. But then I start thinking about it throughout the day. I'm thinking about it. I'm seeing the post and I'm like, yo, none of this is guaranteed. Like, none of that we do in life is guaranteed. And it's also not a guarantee that we all going to be here for a long time. You know what I mean? We all know somebody that died too early. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I know about life, when I hear old talk, you ask him about regrets. I wish I would have did this. I wish I would have did that. I wish I could have did this. I wish I could have did that. At the end of the day, man, he taking a shot at some money. We all wish we could have made that kind of money. I don't understand the issue. He could come back and fight whoever he want after that. His career is not over. Just because you fighting Jake Paul ain't no type of demon. It's not like he about to go in there with Godzilla. You about to play around for 8 round 2 minutes with __, you know what I mean? No disrespect, but you know what? With somebody that think they know how to fight, that's not this is a fake robbery. You know what I'm saying? This is what people do in the corporate world every day. Steal money. He doing it. I'm not mad at that man. I ain't mad at Tank for some debt. Former champion Timothy Bradley did not mince words, dismissing the entire spectacle as a circus. For Bradley, the size disparity is far too great to ignore. Jake Paul naturally weighs over 200 pounds while Gervonta Davis has built his career as a lightweight. Bradley stressed that such a matchup undermines the credibility of boxing because it strays from the fundamental principle of fair competition between fighters in the same weight class.